It's showtime, my fellas and girls and women. Okay, this is Here to Start Fest 2020. I'm Christian Socarras. I'm going to be your host today, and I'm going to be the speaker for this season, this webinar. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. And we're going to be talking about, let's see, we're going to be talking about social media today. This is a very, very important topic, and I'm very happy for you to be here. Thank you very much. We're gonna enjoy 2 days of speakers, Q&As, one-on-ones for all you international entrepreneurs. So it's time to go because time is of the essence. So that's it. Hey, Luis, what up? So this is going to be it. Farewell. Okay, we're gonna be talking. The topic of today of this season is going to be social media marketing. We're gonna be talking about how to generate measurable and effective results. This is very important. I'm all about results. I'm all about measuring things because what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. So that is very important. I have been doing this for the last 15 years. All over the place in United States, Colombia, Latin America, Spain. I have been working with teams from all over the place: Israel, United Kingdom, United States, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia. This is my thing. Okay, I have been doing this for a lot of time, and I hope that some of that experience can translate well to you and your startups. So let's try to get this done. Okay. First thing to take into account is that this is not done on purpose. What I mean by that is that we are not choosing the digital path because we want to. A lot of people is coming to the digital path because they have been forced by the circumstances. And that is something very important because it creates challenges. Okay, this is not organic. This is an external force exerting pressure on us. So when you are talking about that, you need to pay attention to your resources because they are not going to be many or plentiful sometimes. Okay, and you're gonna have little interaction between you and your prospects and customers. Usually, the sales force is going to your customer place, to your prospect place, and they are going to be looking for results, and they are going to have that one-on-one, that personal feeling that is going to help them close the business, close the deal, right? But in this case, you are not going to have that. Okay, and there is a high level of misinformation. It's very different to have a B2C, business to client or customer strategy, to a business to business strategy. It is different. So things that work here are not going to be working here. Okay, so pay attention to that. And there is a lot of confusion. There is a mix up between what is advertising, what you see on TV, the commercials and so on, the jingles and so on, and what is marketing. This is dedicated to exposure, but exposure does not mean sales. Okay? It's good to know that. And marketing and agencies, since they are transitioning from advertising to marketing, they have generated some mistrust. That is sad, but it's happening. It's happening all over the place, in the United States, in Europe sometimes, and we have to pay attention to that. So dedicate to marketing agencies, ROI, so return over investment. That is important to pay attention to. Okay. The first thing to work in a forced environment, you have to think tactically, like a military person would. Okay, so the first thing is to clean the clutter and to have your strategic nervous system in check. Okay, the first thing you pay attention to is your head, your brain, okay, your ideas. That is your organization objectives. What are you looking to do? Are you looking to increase your sales? Are you looking to maintain your business? Are you looking to get to new markets? What are you looking to do as an organization, as a company? Okay, that's the first thing. Then you put your sales strategy in place. How are you going to achieve that? Okay, we're saying using digital channels. Okay, so that's good. Then you set your marketing objectives. Okay, how are we going to approach this? That's your hand. Okay, your head, then your arm, that is going to be your sales force, your sales strategy, and then your hand is going to be your marketing strategy, and then you choose the tool. Then you choose what works best. Okay, so it is not about choosing all social media platforms and doing everything at all. No, you have to think first, then here, then your arm, then your hand, and then your tool. In this case, my tool is this computer, this phone, whatever I'm using. Okay, good. Now, if you do not do that, you may look very professional, but you're gonna do something that doesn't work. Okay, this guy is doing something amazing. He has look, he has their profile, he has the medical tool, but he's working on a car, so it's not gonna work. Okay, good, good with that. Okay, awesome. Okay, when you're thinking about social media, the first thing that people tend to go to is that it's all about design, all about pieces. But no, social media does not work like that. Social media is based on data. Okay, so you need to first learn to understand what data is and how to use it. Imagine that social media are platforms. Those platforms are like children. They are trying to understand how we think, but they do not get it all. They just get the minimum details, what the broad aspects of our personality and behavior. Okay, so when you do that, you gotta give them those strokes, right? Okay, so what each social network is was made for. That's the first thing. Okay, Facebook is a data hoarder. It is all about absorbing and getting your data. That's the first thing. That is an information compiler. That's, and now it's bigger because it has uh, three very used tools. I mean, the biggest tools that are available: Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. You do not think about them in a different fashion, like different tools. You think about them as part of the Facebook ecosystem. So, and Facebook is about providing content walls. So everything that you can get from any place, you put in Facebook. That's the first thing. The second thing is YouTube. YouTube, people think about YouTube as an entertainment platform, but it is not. It began like that, but it has not been able to compete with Netflix, with Hulu, with HBO, with those platforms. It has not been able to do that. But it has positioned itself as the biggest learning platform available. Every single tutorial that you can imagine about any topic is in YouTube. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's Minecraft, baking recipes, chiropractic practice, it doesn't matter. You have a tutorial about anything and everything in YouTube. And then you have the entertainment value of that. It is very competent right now. You have YouTube, you have Twitch, you have Hulu, you have Spotify. I mean, you tell me. Okay. The next one we are going to discuss in this section is Twitter. Twitter is a press office. If you are in politics, if you are a public figure, if you are in activism, if you are in social change, if you are in technology, that is going to be very good. I don't know if you guys have noticed that when you go to CNN or you go to any newspaper or something like that, a lot of news are based on Twitter feeds. uh, Donald Trump tweeted this, the president of whatever tweeted that, Cristiano Ronaldo tweeted this. Okay, so it's a press office and it's a discussion forum. Okay, it's a new forum. It's not the best one at it. It's creating a lot of problems, but it is what it's meant to do. And the last one, LinkedIn. This one is a business network and is a niche academic platform. Remember that. Remember that. LinkedIn is projecting itself to be a niche academic platform. So you want to learn something about your business? Think about LinkedIn. Okay? What else? So different platforms, different needs, different objectives, different tactics. As simple as that. And this is the big mistake. I love this movie. Okay, so everyone wants to be everywhere. So when you think about social media, you want to be on all platforms, everywhere. But you don't have the resources to do that, right? Who does? So what do? You think about your resources and you choose. The platform by default is Facebook and is very good at doing customer service and something that I call grouping, that is community generation. If you are part of a community, if you are trekking, if you like birds, if you like shoes, if you like collecting, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, whatever, it's great for that. If you are in startups, you want to create a startup community for your town, that is great for that. Okay. Then you do advertisement with Facebook. Why? Because from the Facebook business platform, you do uh, things for Instagram and you do things for WhatsApp, right? So it's very important to pay attention to that. Okay, now the last thing that is very important is that Facebook has its own data ecosystem. It has something that is called Facebook Pixel, and it uh, gives you information from all platforms that are attached to it. Okay, so Instagram and WhatsApp, obviously Facebook, its content network is going to be receiving data from that. And you can connect that data that from Facebook to your Google data using something that is called the Tag Manager, and then using Data Studio to provide that. Awesome tool during this pandemic for restaurants, small stores, delivery services, food producer, food producers, and niche products. If you have a restaurant and you are not using Facebook, you are missing out. Okay? Put your catalog in there, put your menu in there, use the Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp Business, the integration that it has to promote your business. Okay? Second one that is part of the Facebook catalog is Instagram. This is now a catalog platform. So when I was a child, uh, there were magazines like GQ and things like that, and advertisers posted images about their products and their shoes and their bags and their computers, whatever. Now you can do that, all of that, using Instagram, using pictures, images, photographies, obviously, designs, and video. You can do video with that. And Instagram is doing something very interesting. We could not expect that. It's being used as a lifestyle promoter. It changes culture. So you see Kim Kardashian and all these cultural figures, good or bad, that are using Instagram to promote style and fashion and trends. So you pay attention to that if you are in that market. Okay, and it's a documentary record. What it means by that is that it's set to show people what happened in the past or what is happening. Okay, so if you're a content generator or if you are a community, a part of a community, this event, if we're gonna be posting this on Instagram and so on. Okay, and after that, you use it as a customer service tool. Why? Because it has a private message thing. uh, Maybe you have noticed that, but when people are angry at a company, they do not go to the Q and PQR services. They do not go to their help desks. They go to social media. So pay attention to that. Okay, who is using this during the pandemic? Who is going to benefit from this? Uh, People who are into design, people who are into artistry, musicians, designers, video and content creator, retail companies. If you have products that are shown, designs, fashion, whatever, use this one. Innovation products, very important because it's all that what you can transmit for people to see, to experience while looking at it, right? Okay, then LinkedIn. This is a sales scalpel. What I mean by this is that you go directly to the person who makes the decision. Okay? If you are a retail business, you need a lot of people to buy your product, and they are going to do it by impulse, by emotion, right? So you use Instagram. But when you want a B2B relation to go on, you need to talk to the CTO, you need to talk to the CMO, you need to talk to the CEO, you need to talk to the board of directors, right? So this is when you go and use LinkedIn. You search for them, for the one who chooses or makes the decision, and the one who does the matchmaking, the one that can influence the decision. That's where you look at that. If you are in LinkedIn, everyone is putting the role they have in it. Okay, so I'm Christian Socaraz, CEO at whatever. Uh, I'm Christian Socaraz, I'm founder at whatever. Okay, so you're gonna be looking for those, and you can build your reputation. You doing this. Okay, it's very simple. How do you do this? You provide content. Okay, and this can give you qualified data. Very important to notice. Okay, so how to act? What do you do? The first thing is that data does not belong to you. Okay, these companies have made a huge effort to gather your data. So when you have a fan page or an Instagram business account that has 25,000 followers, those are not your followers. Those belong to Instagram or to Facebook. First thing. Second, each platform competes with each other. Okay, so you are going to use native content. Do not post a YouTube video on a Facebook platform. Facebook is not going to like it. It's not going to promote it. Post your video directly on Facebook. Okay, and you need to understand how algorithms work. Okay, so what is an algorithm? Something very simple, very might be very complex, but it's a recipe, basically. It's a recipe. If something happens, then do this. If you see this, then do this. If you want to achieve this result, then do this. Do you remember when we were talking about children understanding adults? That's the thing. If you see this behavior, cry. Okay? If they pay attention to do, cry. Okay? This guy here, Elon Musk, is talking to us about artificial intelligence, and they are telling us that they are children. They exist, but they are children. So think to them about children. Oh, okay. So how we are gonna use these children. That is a hideous metaphor, but okay, let's go with it. So the first thing is that what do each platform pay attention to? The first thing is that what they do, what you do. The Facebook gives more attention to shares. When you post something and people share that content, people like it the most, and they propose that content more. Okay, but it has a timer. Each platform has a timer. So from the moment you post, 15 minutes you have to get your content to be liked, to be commented, and to be shared. If it is not shared, comment, or liked during those 15 minutes, is going to be dead. The content is going to be dead. But if that happens during those 15 minutes, it has a 1 day shelf time. So your content is going to be alive for 24 hours. Okay. Instagram, it gives more attention to reactions. Okay. So likes, loves, they only have one, and views. They give high value to stories. Okay. The stopwatch, the timer is 5 minutes. Whatever happens during those 5 minutes is going to promote your content or kill it. Okay. And whatever you do, it is not gonna be alive more than 8 hours. Doesn't matter. Okay. So good practice could be posting it every 8 hours. Okay. But it depends on the market. Okay. LinkedIn is for all people, for business people, right? We don't see a lot of 15 years old with big companies. So it privileges conversation. Okay. The timer is of 1 hour. 1 hour. Good. And it has a long shelf time. So a content you post on LinkedIn can live for a month, 2 months, 3 months, because people are going to be finding it through the vine. Okay. So that is good to know. Okay. At what time do you publish? Facebook has different time peaks. It depends on your market, but you can find at breakfast is a good one. Lunch is a good one. Work breaks are good times. So 10 a.m., 3 p.m. Commuting times are good. So 5 p.m., 6 p.m. and at night. So you have to pay attention to those depending on your market. So the first 2 weeks you're gonna be testing. Instagram is good at nights. So 8:30, 9 p.m. is a good time to publish. Usually, okay, usually you have to pay attention to your behaviors. And LinkedIn, you do that in the morning, early in the morning, before going to work. People are gonna be watching while drinking their coffee. Okay, so because it's business related. Okay, social media strategies are content heavy. If you do not have the resources to create content on a daily basis or on a regular basis, don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna damage your brand if you do it like that. Okay. I'm gonna give you two books. The first one, Made to Stick, important book, and the second one, Contagious. Jonah Berger, that's my Bible. That's my Bible right there. That's my Bible. We're gonna have a conversation with Harvey Wilson in a few minutes to create a storytelling. Important that you watch that if you are interested in this. Okay. So good practices. First, analyze your competitors. See what they are doing, well and bad. Okay. Good and bad, whatever. Look at them. Second, do a benchmark. Who is the best in your market, in the world? Who you want to compare your business to? That's important. Learn to make content. Learn to do storytelling. Vital thing when you're doing social media because it's a clutter. There are a lot of people competing. Okay, and you're gonna read the social platform rules. There is a lot of politics involved in social media right now. So you talk community, you talk inclusive behavior, political correctness. They have a lot of policy, and if you do not pay attention to that, your account could be banned, your post could not go through, or your advertisement strategy is not going to work. Okay. This is very important. You need to focus on your community. Think like them and publish for them, not for you. Publish for them and let them interact because social media benefits interaction. Okay? And capture people's data. Why? Because social media data do not belong to you. It does not belong to you, sir. Okay? Bad practices. Bad, 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 bad. Okay. Doing the same thing that everyone else does. Okay? So memes. Good for Friday sometimes, but not that good. Okay? Not for closing businesses, for closing deals, not for selling, for awareness, experience, and good, but not for businesses. Okay? Ideological alignments. If you are catering to a multicultural community, do not align ideologically. Doesn't matter what. Okay? Try to keep it clean. If your community, if your market is of in a specific community, you might do it, but you got to be very careful with that. Nike is doing it with Black Lives Matters now, but big companies are leaving Facebook for a few weeks because of political and ideological things. So pay attention to that. Okay, bait and switch, bad, bad because it damages your reputation. If you do not know what bait and switch is, we'll explain it in the Q&A. Okay, clickbait. Like these are when you see titles like "You won't believe how she lost 400 pounds doing this." That is clickbait. Don't do that. Okay, posting at all hours. Like you post and 20 minutes, then again you post again and then again, or you post today at 3 and tomorrow at 5, and then the next day you post at 7 a.m. Whatever. Don't do that. Okay. I'm promoting post without paying attention to what you're doing. Okay, this boost post button, do not push it ever, ever. Do not click on that ever. That boost post thing. Use the platform tools to do advertisement nicely and correctly. Okay, or hire someone to do it. That is it, my friends. So be water. We're gonna be doing some questions now. Let's see what we have here. Okay. We have a couple of questions. Do we have questions? Where is my people? Help me. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to be looking at questions here. Okay. Chat Q&A. What else? Okay. Uh-huh. Also, we have 2 minutes. Um, okay. So let's see a couple of things. So why do you think Facebook is losing attention to young people? Very simple, because of the speed of communication. So it is a matter of how your brain is being trained. Okay, so we all people are being trained by reading and looking at things for a long time. Young people are watching TV and short songs for all the time, so they pay attention to a small fraction of time, for a smaller fraction of time. That's why. Okay, so that's why you use video. TikTok 60 seconds, an image 10 seconds, a story of 24 hours. That's the most you can get out of it. Okay, that's very important to know. Okay, guys, so that's the time we have. Wow, it went really fast. So I'm very glad that you enjoyed this. I hope that you have some more questions if you want to have a Q&A with me. So Uh, just I'm gonna reply this thing very quickly before I go. So why some people uh, think about posting all times? Because of the clutter. But you have to be strategic. Your resources matter a lot. You don't have time to do that. So if you are experimenting, do it, but then pay attention to the thing. Okay. So I'm gonna be closing this because I gotta go to a next event. See you guys. Be water. Enjoy. Bye bye.